Hey, what's up guys? So this would be my first Gears of War video on the channel. Well, in this case it's just called Gears 5 since they took out the of War in the title. So it's just called Gears 5 instead of Gears of War 5. Probably because of how the campaign and the lore is progressing nowadays. I guess that's changed. When it comes to the Coalition, I only played the Gears of War 4 campaign from them. I haven't played the Gears 5 campaign at all. The only thing that I've seen from it was the trailer that they released before the game released, but yeah, I don't know anything about the campaign in Gears 5, but just from thoughts that I've heard on YouTube and Twitter, I heard that it's okay. So we'll see how it is, because I still got to download it. So however long that's going to take, you know, I just wish that shit would have downloaded all at once, but it's all good. So this video is just going to be a commentary, and just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my experiences with past Gears of War games and how I'm doing with this game. So let's get right into it. The first time I ever played a Gears of War game was Gears of War 2. When I was a kid, I first laid hands on the game when my brother took me to his friend's house. The person that owned the game was actually a female. Maybe her boyfriend played it too, but I'm not too sure. I just know for sure that she was the one that was playing the game. So she let me play while my brother and a few others were outside or talking in the garage. And I didn't know what to do, but I had a general idea on how to play the game, because me and my childhood friend, my old childhood friend's brother, would play Gears of War 2 all the time. So me and him, we would watch his brother play here and there, but he wouldn't let us play it. So we would just sit there for like 10 minutes and then, you know, watch him play the game. And then we would go back outside and go play the Wii or the PS2. So when I did play Gears of War at her house, it wasn't for very long. Maybe at most it was like one day I was playing for like an hour, but since I was a kid and, you know, this shit's really fun, all this shit just, you know, rushing into my head, like, man, dude, there's just so much cool shit, just trying to take it all in. It, you know, that hour felt like 10 minutes. But it was long enough for me to, you know, justify like, hey, when I get an Xbox 360, Gears of War 2 is a game that I for sure want to get. Halo 3, since I'm, you know, I mean, not as much as I was back then, but back then I was really a big Halo fan. And, well, I mean, I still consider myself a fan too, but I was really into Halo, and Halo 3 was the #1 game that I wanted to get at that time when I got an Xbox 360, but Gears of War 2 was right behind it. That was the second most game that I wanted to get. So back in a little bit of elementary school and all of middle school, I would actually go visit my dad during the summer break. And since my parents were divorced and they were living in a different state, I would actually visit my dad during the whole summer. And my dad used to work for a bus company called Greyhound, so I would actually go on trips with him, and I used to be his little helper on the job, and he would actually pay me for the work that I did that I was with him. And I don't remember like how much it was, but I was just saving up that money so I could buy an Xbox 360. I don't remember how long it took me to save up the money, but I was really fucking excited when I finally got it. The two games that it came with the bundle was Banjo-Kazooie and Viva Pinata, but I bought Halo 3 along with it, since that was the #1 game that I wanted to get. I didn't buy any of the extra stuff like the wireless adapter and Xbox Live Gold, because I didn't know exactly how that was set up when I was a kid, so I was just playing offline. Of course, most of my time was spent playing Halo 3 in the campaign in the Forge mode. I did play a little bit of Viva Pinata and Banjo-Kazooie. Viva Pinata was alright, but Banjo-Kazooie was actually fun. But I didn't spend nearly as much time on that game like I did with Halo 3. So I barely remember anything in that game, but I know I for sure enjoyed that game way more than Viva Pinata. But I was saving up more money working with my dad, and the next game that I wanted to purchase was Gears of War 2. I still wasn't playing online, but at least the multiplayer had bots, man. And I could actually enjoy the multiplayer, unlike Halo 3 not having Xbox Live. And, you know, I think that was the reason why I played Gears of War 2 as much as I did, because at least, you know, at least I had the bots. I could set the different difficulties of the guys and, you know, select whatever map I want, be on whichever team I want, select whatever characters. And yeah, it was just real nice, you know. But playing on Halo 3, and then it's like, fuck, dude, like I'll be watching videos online, you know, people just mobbing it up online, but, you know, I'm just sitting here, I'm just like, fuck, I can only do like split screen and just play by myself. I actually used to do like Easter eggs, and I think, damn, I might be wrong, but I think I also ended up buying Halo 3 ODST at that time too, and got the Mythic Map Pack. So I was just going for all the achievements and achievements that may be easier or that I need for 2 players. I just did all the achievements for that. But yeah, it was still fun, and being that early in on my gaming and actually having my own console, it was really different times, man. But I just kind of look back at it now. I'm just like, damn, I kind of wish I was living in those days, man, because it was still fun playing offline and just jacking around, getting all the achievements and stuff. But man, times have changed, man. So when I got back home from visiting my dad, I ended up getting Xbox Live. One of my older brothers already had an Xbox 360 and also had Xbox Live. He didn't play it as much as I will when I got my Xbox Live. But I didn't get Xbox Live right away after getting back home, but I did set up an account on my brother's Xbox, even though it was a silver status. But I just wanted to get a feel for the dashboard system and stuff, and I even played on his account just to get a feel for how it was on Xbox Live Gold, getting some extra features and being able to talk with your friends and stuff like that. So I was just getting used to the messaging system and the dashboard. I remember playing Halo Reach on his Xbox, and I think Halo Reach came out before Gears of War 3. But by the time I got a gold subscription and I was able to play Gears of War 2 online on my own profile and get my own stats going, by the time I was doing that, I think Gears of War 3 was already out. Damn. But I mean, there was still plenty of people playing Gears of War 2. So, obviously when a new game comes out, not everyone's going to be getting it right away. People are going to be saving up money and stuff. But to my surprise, one of my older brothers ended up buying the Gears of War 3 Xbox 360. So when he wasn't playing it, he would actually let me borrow the game. And I remember the times when you didn't have the game and you were just gonna borrow it from a friend. You didn't have to fucking install the game like you have to do nowadays, and even if it's on disc, you still gotta fucking download the fucking 100 gigabyte update that's been released, over the course of the. Alright, anyway, so I'm just kind of going off on a rant here, but remember the days that you could just pop in your game and just fucking play the damn thing. But one thing I was sad about is that I didn't play the beta. So, I played it when it launched because my brother got the 360, and they didn't give that out until the game was officially out. At least I think so. And the skins that I really wanted was the Cold Train skin and the Flaming Weapon skins. But they still had a bunch of dope stuff in the game and the coming DLCs. I mean, they still had tons of stuff that was they're ready for like Microsoft points, and even stuff that you could just earn in game through like some of the challenges. You can earn characters and weapon skins. Like, man, it was so great, dude. Like, I wish there was more of that in the game. Like, hey, like actually, not just doing this, certain challenge, that's in Gears 5 or something. Like, how about you actually like complete an achievement, beat the campaign on Insane to get these weapon skins and this character skin, or something like that. But yeah, I mean, even though some of the stuff that was up for sale with Microsoft points back in the day, I mean, it was still pretty cool. It wasn't all like oversaturated with like a bunch of bullshit and no loot boxes or anything like that. But yeah, until Gears of War 4 came out, and then that shit just kind of went out the window, huh? Well, no, actually, Gears Judgment was where it kind of took off, because yeah, I don't think they had loot boxes in that game, but they had a tons of like weapon skins, and now you can actually do skins on like each of your characters, and like, dude, it was crazy when they did it at Judgment. But of course, we all know how that game turned out. So now that I got Xbox Live on my own account, got my own Xbox 360, and my brother let me borrow Gears of War 3, even though it wasn't my own game, I was finally starting off in a Gears of War game with Xbox Live and having my own account and creating my own stats in the game. And since the game just came out, my brother let me borrow the game. I was in it for the long ride. So all throughout Gears of War 3, it was a great experience. The campaign, beast mode, horde mode, and of course the multiplayer. All that was fantastic. And at the end of its lifespan, I was max re-up and max rank. The only reason why I was able to reach that rank was because how frequent Epic Games would give us double, triple, and quadruple XP. With all that time that I put into Gears of War 3, I'm still a mediocre player, if I'm being honest. And even now, like, while you're watching the gameplay in the background, even though I've been playing all these Gears of War games, even though I haven't been playing since Gears 1, but, still had a good still had my feet planted in Gears of War games. I'm still very mediocre, man. I'm below average. And yeah, and like, you know, with Gears of War 3, like half of the time, you know, half of the game time that I would spend on that game, I would just get my shit pushed in. But, you know, I mean, overall, it was still a fun experience. It was a great game, and I actually did get a couple of friends into it and to play the game. But yeah, man, it was, you know, it was rough. It was a lot of rough times, but overall, it was a good experience. So I ended up getting Gears of War Judgment on day one. I thought it was a cool game, but also it was very understandable why that game was hated so much by the community. Since the player base didn't stay high on that game for very long, I didn't play the game myself for much longer either. Now moving on to Gears of War 4, I played the beta for this game and played it on launch. And it was nice to see Gears of War 4 going back to its Gears of War roots after playing Gears Judgment. I played the game for about half a year or so, and I just got caught up on playing other games at that time. So I would be on and off playing Gears of War 4. I had a good time with the game, but I didn't play it long enough to experience all the changes and like tuning and stuff that they went through, all the new maps, all the new characters. So I'm really clueless about, you know, near the end of that game's lifespan and even in the middle of it too. Like I would see videos here and there, but I just wasn't invested in it like I was before with Gears of War 3. And before Gears of War 5, or well, Gears 5, it had been years since I played a Gears of War game at all. So it's been about less than a month ever since I started playing Gears 5, and coming back to that type of gameplay wasn't hard at all. I still had the muscle memory of like moving around and using the A button a lot to like roadie run, roll, go and cover and stuff like that. And even after the quote-unquote years of experience I had with the Gears of War franchise, I still consider myself a below-average player. But I've been having tons of fun playing this game, and especially when I'm playing it with a few of my other buddies. And I don't have any opinions about the game mechanically, like the tuning system and stuff. And at the time that I'm recording this video, at the time I'm recording this audio, this commentary, Operation 6 is already out, but in the background of the gameplay, it's Operation 5. So I think going from Operation 4 into Operation 5, I think that has the tuning changes in between that. So whenever I hopped in, the shit's already been done, so it already feels good to me. I think it feels fine, but for the people that have been playing the game, you know, if you want their opinion on it, or you probably already, you know, have your own opinion or heard somebody else's opinion on the tuning, you know, I would go watch somebody else for that. But you know, as far as, you know, just hopping in the game, playing, and, you know, looking at all these character skins and stuff like that, and the way the game looks, the footsteps do be annoying sometimes, because I just feel like when somebody just comes run up behind me, like I just don't hear them at all. But, you know, other than that, I mean, the game's pretty cool. I think it's pretty good. I haven't played the campaign or Escape yet, because I still got to download the campaign. Escape is already downloaded, because I think that downloads along with the multiplayer. But I haven't touched Escape yet, so I only did Versus and a little bit of Horde. I didn't do like your classic Horde, but I just did the Horde where it goes through like 10 levels. I think there's like bosses in between the waves, and I don't know. It's really different, like when it comes to the quick play, but yeah, Horde for the most part, I mean, it's cool. If I'm being honest, I actually liked it the best in Gears of War 3. I feel like it was a little bit more simpler, and I don't know. I don't care for the fabricators stuff, and, you know, choosing, like, I thought it was just easier just to have like the little flag poles that they had in Gears of War 3. Just go buy that, and then you already have all your stuff set up. All you got to do is just get money and all that. But I mean, I guess in some ways it's better too, because with the fabricator, you can put it in a specific spot wherever you want. You can set up your traps and stuff wherever you want. You can literally just camp it out at spawn, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion on that. But then again, I haven't played Horde that much anyways. So yeah, so I still got to download the campaign. I would like to see how the story is progressing, even though I heard some okay things about it. And yeah, like with Gears of War 4, you know, with the coalition taking over when it comes to the campaign stuff, I'm not too much of a fan for it. And I also don't read up on the comics, so I don't know if that's not helping it either. Like, I don't know if that's like the thing where it's like, oh, okay, you know what? Like, after reading the comics and like the stuff that's like behind the scenes, it's, you know, like, all right, I can kind of appreciate the story a little bit more. But honestly, even if I do, I don't think I'm gonna appreciate the gameplay story. You know what I mean? So I'm not expecting much in Gears 5, but we'll see how it is once I play it. So yeah, like as you can see from watching the background gameplay, I'm not a great player at this game, or at least to a level that everyone would care mostly about when Gears 5 content is being uploaded on YouTube. But I would still like to upload Gears 5 gameplay to the channel, so don't expect anything spectacular and, you know, anything wild like the ones you've been seeing on other YouTube channels. I'm only uploading this for fun, and I'm just having a blast playing this game. And after all these years not playing Gears of War, you know, the couple or few years that I haven't played the game, and coming back to this, I'm having tons of fun. So expect to see more of this on the channel. But that's gonna be it for this video, and if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel and drop a comment down below. And also, if you want to know the songs that were used during this video, please check the description down below. Peace, guys.